Hey, have you been gigging or writing songs, but when you sing those songs, you just feel like cracks, breaks, and strain are constantly getting in your way? You know that you were made for more. You have a passion behind the music that you put out and a message that you want to share with the world. But when you hear yourself sing, you're just like, this is not what I envision the song to be. And you're probably just telling excuses to yourself that, I'm not one of those powerhouse singers. I can't do what those bigger, fancier singers do. And you just want to shove yourself into a box. Hey, my name's Isaiah Harris. I am a vocal coach, and I am here to tell you that you can break past those barriers. My average student starts singing higher, pain, strain, and crack free in as little as 2 weeks, and in as little as 2 months adds nearly a full octave to their range on top of so many other things inside of their singing. So in this video, I'm going to show you an awesome vocal warm-up routine that is going to forever eliminate the breaks, cracks, strain, and tension in your voice so that you can actually build a strong, solid, and sustainable singing career. Okay, let's get into this. So for us to really fix this issue of voice cracking, we need to really understand why it is that your voice is always constantly cracking at all the times when you need it to show up the most. So we need to understand that your voice is a muscle just like any other. Almost every principle you can think of in regards to exercise and fitness and working out also applies when it comes to singing. And whenever you are singing a song and you're like, la, 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 and you come across that crack, it is the vocal equivalent of you losing stability. Think of it kind of like if you go to the gym and you're lifting a weight that is just a little bit too heavy for you. You can kind of lift the weight, but you'll be shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking. And you won't be able to smoothly lift up the weight, unlike other people who that level of weight is super comfortable for them. They can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like with such ease. And really, not to bash on the rest of the coaching industry and other music teachers and other methods out there, but to be very frank, almost none of the exercises that are out there actually teach students to build vocal stability so that their voices can get out smoothly. If I'm being very honest with you, part of the reason I even started this channel is I have a lot of pent up anger and rage in the modern vocal coaching and music education industry. And that's why I make these videos, because it really just ticks me off all of the lack of proper training and teaching that you guys aren't getting. And this shows up most often with your standard scales in vocal warm-up, such as do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, or the la, 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 la's, or even the lip trills like the. And the thing is, none of those build any stability inside of your voice, and they do nothing to increase the level of connection of your voice, because a good voice is a connected voice to where you can once again lift up that weight without the shaking, without the quivering, and it just comes so smoothly. So to go even deeper on why a lot of these traditional vocal warm-up methods don't really work is, think of it this way, to where when you do the do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do's, and all those other different things that you see paraded all about through YouTube and whoever your last vocal coach was or current vocal coach was, it's basically the equivalent of teaching you how to ride a bike, but with the training wheels on. But it never builds the stability inside of the singer so that when the training wheels come off, they can still smoothly ride that bike. And that's why you notice, I can sing fine when I'm on these lower notes, the part that's comfortable for me. But right when I get to the area that's uncomfortable, that's where I stop. It's because those types of exercises, they're training you to only get results with the training wheels on. During the harder, more intense parts of songs, it's going to make you slip up. And really, the solution to this is by developing what is known as a connected voice. So a connected voice essentially is the bridge between what I'm sure a lot of you have also heard of your chest voice, your mixed voice, and your head voice. People talk about these things all day, every single day. But if I'm really being frank, just to get out more of my anger that's inside of me in this vocal coaching industry, most coaches really do not know what they're talking about when it comes to these things. I would say much harsher words, but I have faith in God, and I don't want to say very nasty words that would not make him very happy. But you can think what's going through my mind right now. But essentially, most people just know that chest voice, head voice, and mixed voice are a thing. But when you connect your voice, it's essentially getting things to the point to where you could sing a high note, but it still has the same meatiness of a low note. Or you could sing a low note, but it still has the same vibrancy and speed and energy as a high note. And essentially, when you're connecting the voice, you're getting all of these muscles on the same page. Because when your voice is untrained and you're not getting the results you want, you're getting the breaks and the cracks, think of it kind of like all three of these voices are in a constant boxing match with each other. It's like, oh, say, can you say? No, we're singing the low note. No, we're singing the high note, low note, high note, low note, high note. Oh, she's got a performance coming up. Let's make this part mess up. Oh, he's got an album he's about to record. Let's make this messed up. And the constant bickering and fighting just makes it to where you're never getting any of that consistency inside of your voice. Now, the way that we get the connected voice result is by doing what is known as power humming. And essentially what we're doing is we're starting anywhere around what the center point of your range would be. And we are going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down on a nice hum slide. So that we're training the muscles of the voice to be able to ride this bike without the training wheels. So I'll show you a quick little example here. So just fine. Doesn't really have to be exact or precise, but just wherever you feel is a nice little octave range here from what you feel is roughly the center of your voice. Okay, so count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're doing that smooth hum. And we're also, if you notice, I did that until I was completely and totally out of breath. And that's very, very, very important to make sure that you get the effectiveness of this exercise. And I know what you're probably thinking right now. Well, Isaiah, I've done humming before. That seems pretty basic. How is that any different from just all the regular basic types of other vocal warm-ups? Well, it's really simply this. Do you know what the number one thing, the absolute number one thing is that separates a top-notch level singer from your average basic singer? Not much. There is not much that the pros and the singers you wish you sounded like are doing that you're not doing. They're doing things you already know to do, but they're just doing them in slightly tweaked, slightly modified ways that will dramatically increase your results. And this is why so much of the vocal coaching content in this industry irritates me, because they're teaching just right at the millimeter line, just right at the millimeter of like, oh man, that would have gotten them so many more results. They just needed to tweak it in this one way and it would have made things 10 times more effective for them. Because think of it kind of like this way. So like in the Olympics, you've got, let's say, for example, the 100-meter dash. You got your first, second, and you got your third place winners. And I believe it was last year during the 2024 Olympics, the person who came in first place for the 100-meter dash ended up getting a record of, it was about 10.74 seconds. And the person who came in second place, they had completed in 10.8 seconds. Now, in terms of the rewards that first and second place winner are getting, it is vastly, vastly different. So the first place winner is getting that gold medal. They're getting all the media coverage. They're getting the brand deals. So, and also too, I've actually heard in some countries, if you win gold medal representing your country, they will actually give you a lifetime pension, like literally every single one of your bills paid for the rest of your life till the day that you die. You know what they give the second place winner? Jack freaking squat. And if you think about it, that first place winner did not run 10 times faster than the guy in second place. They didn't run 5 times faster. They didn't run twice as faster. They didn't even run 50% faster, not even 20%, not even 10% faster. It is small, minute, 1, 2, 3, 5% shifts that made a dramatic difference in the outcome for them in that race. And if you just do these small, teeny, tiny 5% shifts that I'm showing you in this warm-up, is going to make a dramatic difference in your singing voice. In fact, this is what it did for one of my students when they implemented this specific power humming concept.
With one of our last classes that I was in with you, I had my guitar out and I was telling you, I was playing a song. And I was like, okay, I can't reach this very well. And we went through the whole like golden note thing. And I will say, like, doing like, this is actually encouragement for everybody, like doing those practices, you know, with your voice and stuff. Like, I've seen an improvement. So like, I'm going to show you. So I was singing Be Enthroned, and there was this note, I really couldn't hit it. And so now, because I practiced everything that you taught me, I'm able to hit it so much better now. So instead of doing like, instead of cracking like, ah, I can actually do highest praises. Instead of doing highest praises. Instead of trying to like be afraid to sing it, now I can actually go full blown and be like, highest praises. Like, I actually see like a different change in my voice now because of of these things. So definitely I'm encouraged to keep going and practicing those every day. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you're seeing the growth, and we're not even all the way done with the whole workshop here.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
It's awesome, ain't it?
You don't understand, Mr. Isaiah. I feel like I can sing anything right now, like in terms of like this. I don't know, those warm-ups really did something to me. I've never, like, I feel so comfortable. Like, I feel like I could sing and, like, I don't know. Those warm-ups did something.
So if you're liking this video and want to go even deeper on this concept of power humming so that you can really, truly, deeply connect your voice, be sure to check out the free training that I have in the link in the description, where I not only go so much more in depth into this, but I show you how to use power humming and a connected voice to avoid the 3 biggest, most common mistakes that singers make that get in the way of the songs they write, the albums they record, and the gigs that they perform. It has helped out so many singers, and I know it is really going to help you to take things to the next level. So let's continue with some more nuance here of this power humming to really make sure that you're getting results. So in addition to us going back and forth with this hum, what I want you to now do to really make sure that we're pushing our air as far as we possibly can with this so that we can get the most amount of connection possible is there's going to be a timer here on your screen. And what I want you to do is to go as long as you possibly can. You're going to drop in the comments how long it is that you went with the timer. And I want you to really keep in mind, I'm putting this timer here not just so that you can measure how much further you went, but to remind you to push yourself past your limits. Because back to how I mentioned, the voice is a muscle just like any other. When you go to the gym and you just kind of work the muscle, you don't really get much of a result. But when you really work that muscle, you're pushing that muscle beyond its limits, you get those gains, and that's how you get that ripped six-pack abs. And well, in singing, pushing yourself is when you do an exercise until you are completely and totally out of breath. In fact, if you take any exercise you've learned from anyone in the past whatsoever, and you just do that exercise on a repeated cycle until you're out of breath, that alone is going to connect your voice so much more and get you so many more results. And it's going to be even more effective when you apply it to the power humming. So let's do another round here again. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to keep leaving the timer running a little bit longer because even though I'm a little out of breath, maybe you might be able to go a little bit longer on the exercise. And also, it's important to understand that with this, you going longer or shorter than someone does not necessarily mean you did the exercise better or worse. The importance is that you went to your limit. Because if I can bench press 300 pounds, and every time I go to the gym, I bench press 300 pounds, my muscles aren't going to grow. But if you can bench press 100, but every time you go, you try to push for 110, 120, you're going to grow. So don't compare yourself to how long I went or how long the next person went, but feel free to drop a comment and, put down how long it is you were able to go, just that way you can, be proud of your own accomplishment. But it's truly about pushing yourself to all of your limits. A few other things that I wanted to point out with this as well is you'll notice as I was doing this hum, I didn't have any cracks inside of my voice. There weren't any breaks or strains. I wasn't going. And you'll also notice as well that as I was doing it, I had a nice wide open smile. I was going. And keeping things nice and smooth. So that smile there is not just because I'm in a good mood, but it actually helps the sound to travel better throughout your body. And it helps to make things more smooth so that you can eliminate the cracks, the breaks, and the strains that you have inside of your singing. I have lost count the amount of students that have told me, Isaiah, man, I started doing this and my cracks and my breaks are starting to go away. It's amazing. So really pay very close attention because remember, it's not the major shifts, it's the minor shifts. You doing this back and forth and paying close attention to make sure you're doing it all the way till you're out of breath. Doing the exercise with a nice wide open smile and really focusing on trying to make it as smooth as possible. And also, to be clear, most of you are not going to be able to do this exercise perfectly in its entirety every single time when you're just getting started with this. In fact, most people that I teach this to usually mess up half to about 80% of the exercise. But guess what? They still get results because this is an exercise that's actually pushing and growing the muscles of your voice instead of just keeping you in your comfort zone week after week, month after month, year after year, and you get breaks and cracks all the time when your voice needs it the most. So Practice this on the regular. Do this when you're in the shower. Do this when you're picking up the kids from school. Do this when you're hanging out with your grandkids. Like, do this whenever, wherever, doing all those slides. And it's going to build more and more connection. And just in a matter of weeks to, a month or so, you're going to be saying, wow, Isaiah, where did these cracks go? Like, they're mysteriously gone. So thank you for watching this video here. Once again, if you want to go even more of a deep dive on these concepts of this power hum so you can really accelerate your results, click on the link below to check out that free training. And also as well, be sure to check out the other video that YouTube is recommending for you right here at the top.